Hello, I'm Kelly Suzwin, Director of the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. I'm here to notify you about a problem that occurred in our 2024 special hunt drawing. My main emphasis here is to, one, apologize to you all. We know how important this is. We know how much energy goes into this. We know the planning that goes into this. And we know how a late notified disruption is a problem for you all. For that, we apologize, and we're going to work hard to make sure it never happens again. What I want to emphasize is you should go check your hunter profile. That's where the up-to-date information is. For the vast majority of hunters, nothing will change. For other hunters, it will. So you need to check to make sure that you know what you're currently awarded. I want to emphasize that everybody will get the permits that they were supposed to get, and anybody that was notified of a permit falsely that should not have received the permit, we are digging to find solutions and make sure that you have a hunt available so that anybody that was notified will have a hunt in the category they were notified in. With that, I'll emphasize check your profile so you're up to date, and I'll apologize again. This is a problem that occurred just this year. We've been working with the same vendor for years, and we verified that this is the only year affected. We've taken steps to make sure it's not happening again in the future. So hopefully you all get out there and enjoy your tags, and hopefully those of you that now just learned you've got a tag, it's good news for you. It's not good news for everybody, but we've tried to do our best to make you whole. There's a lot of questions on the specific details, and we're going to provide a little more in this video with Nate Pamplin walking you through specifics.
Thanks, Kelly. Hi, everybody. My name is Nate Pamplin. I'm the Director of External Affairs with the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife. I was asked by the Director to lead our internal agency response to correct this issue and ensure that hunters are issued their correct permit for the 2024 hunting season. In the remainder of this video, I'm going to provide an overview using a hypothetical scenario to illustrate how the draw works, what occurred with this error, and how we are going to fix it. So in our special hunt drawing, the draw has two main components. The first component is the draw establishes a ranked order of hunters. And the second component, there's an allocation of the permits based on the hunter ranking and their stated preferred hunt choice. So let's just use a hypothetical scenario here for pronghorn antelope. And this is a totally fictitious hunt. We currently are not hunting pronghorn, but this is just going to walk us through what we do in a draw and what happened in this issue. So let's just say that our game division establishes a new special hunt category for pronghorn buck. And in that hunt category, they establish two choices. One, let's call 1001 for a Columbia Plateau, which only has one tag available, and 1002 out in the basin where two tags available. And for this hypothetical example, let's just say it's the third year of the hunt. And so we open it up for selling application, and let's just say 10,000 people bought an application for this particular draw. So what happens is our vendor and that operates our licensing system and conducts the draw. First, they take their hunter points and square that number, and that becomes the number of times a hunter is assigned a random number in the system. The licensing system saves and assigns that lowest random number for each hunter. And then the system just ranks the hunters from lowest to highest. And for the purpose of the rest of this example, I'm just going to show the ranking for 6 hypothetical applicants and a hypothetical hunt just to illustrate what's going on. But there are 10,000 hunters that applied for this fake hunt. So in this example, Debbie only put down a hunt choice of 1002. She didn't have a second hunt choice. And she's been putting in for the past, this is her third year of putting in. And so she has, the system will generate 9 random numbers for Debbie. Tim put in for both hunt choices. Like Debbie, this is his third year for applying. He also has 9 random numbers generated. Alice, Steve, and Mike, this is their first time applying for pronghorn. And George applied in a subsequent year, and this year he'll have 4 random numbers generated. So the system goes through and generates random numbers. Again, Debbie has 9, George has 4, etc. Using the points that they use, the squaring the points. The system then saves the lowest random number and ranks the hunters. So Debbie had the second lowest number drawn. her number 32 was saved, and she would be the second ranked hunter, while Steve had the lowest random number at 14. His rank is 1, and so forth and so on. So in this hypothetical example, the hunters are now ranked. We're just showing, again, 1 through 6, but this would be 1 through 10,000. And we're looking at their hunt choices now. So now it's time to actually allocate permits. And I'll just offer that what happened on June 12th and everything that I've just explained was done accurately in the 2024 draw, as well as in previous draws. Our vendor had included a script that changed how the hunt allocation process worked. But let me walk you through how it's supposed to happen. So the correct way to allocate the tags in this example is Steve, who's the first rank, and remember, Hunt Choice 1001 has a single tag, while Hunt Choice 1002 has 2 tags. So Steve is the lowest ranking hunter. He gets his first choice. He's awarded Hunt 1002. So now there are 2 tags available, one in 1001 and another in 1002. So now we turn to Debbie. Debbie was the second ranked hunter. Her hunt choice was 1002. There is still a tag available. It is awarded to her. Third ranked hunter in this example is Mike. His hunt choice was 1001. That permit's still available. 1001 is awarded to Mike. At this point, the 3 available tags have all been issued. Everybody else is not selected. So between 4 and 6 and between 7 through 10,000 hunters, all of them were not selected. So on June 12th, what happened is the coding script to conduct the indexing or the mapping of the available hunt permits to each ranked hunter, the coding was incorrect. And instead, it actually grabbed the numeric value of the hunt choice rather than the hunter's, whatever the number is, it doesn't matter. It should have been a text field. It grabbed the hunt choice column. So in this hypothetical example, what would have happened on June 12th is that Steve, despite him putting down 1002 as his hunt choice, his first hunt choice, he was actually awarded the lower alphanumeric number of a hunt choice, which would have been arbitrary, but the computer should have based it on the actual column, not the value of the hunt choice. So Steve was incorrectly awarded hunt choice 1001. Because there was still a tag available, Debbie still has 1002. When you come down to Mike, where there's only 1 tag available in 1001, but the computer had already awarded it incorrectly to Steve, Mike would then be not selected. Which then it comes down to George, where his hunt choice 1001, the system incorrectly would have awarded it to that, but because 1001 was already taken up, it defaulted back to his hunt choice number 1 of 1002 and then awarded it there. So again, this is what was incorrectly had happened. I'm just going to go back a slide. This was the way it should have correctly been done. So what do we need to do after learning about this issue? How do we fix this? Well, we want to honor and make sure that all hunters are awarded the permit that they would have received using, again, the correct hunter ranking and also the correct allocation of the available permits. So in this example, in June, the system incorrectly awarded a hunt to Steve. Well, Steve, we're going to go back in this hypothetical and make sure that you're awarded the hunt choice number 1 for you, which in this example is hunt 1002. For Debbie, there's no change. Despite the re-indexing of the available permits, she still has hunt choice 1002 being awarded. Mike, who was, if this was back in June, would have indicated not selected. That's not correct. Mike should have been awarded a permit, and the department in this example would issue the permit. So what's hard here is for George. George was incorrectly awarded a permit, and for the past month has been busy thinking he had a permit. So what we're going to do is we're going to correct it in that he is not selected. However, in recognition of this error, the department, in this hypothetical scenario, worked with the biologist, verified that the hunt choice could sustain another permit, and then we'll go ahead and issue George a hunt permit in 1001. Alice and Tim continue to be not selected, as well as 9,994 other people that were not selected back in June and remain not selected here because all the tags have been issued, including the fix here that we're offering to manually award a permit to George, given the error that happened back in June. So I hope this hypothetical example explains how the hunt works with the drawing component, which again did not change in terms of ranking hunters and all the random number generator and ranking the hunters from 1 to N on the order of how they should have been awarded a permit. But what did mess up was the computer did not properly allocate the permits. We're going back in and ensuring that's the case. And then for hunters that they incorrectly were awarded a permit, we're trying to make that correct as well and going in and finding a hunt for them. So what you can do next is please go on to our licensing system, verify your hunt status by checking your profile in our database. And really here, this is a screenshot that shows up on the left-hand side of the screen. When you log into the WILD system, you want to go under licenses, permits, tags, and application, and click on the special hunt wins. And you will see what you were selected for, as well as if there was a manually awarded hunt because you were previously announced a draw back in June. So if you still have questions about any of how to access your profile, please email us at licensing@dfw.wa.gov. On behalf of the department, we are disappointed that this even happened. We're working hard to correct this error, ensure that hunters are issued the correct permit. Thanks.